The SCHUMANN Computer by Larry Niven. Originally published in the January and February 1979 edition of Destinies, Volume 1, Number 2, a science fiction anthology edited by James Bain. Republished 2 months later in a collection of the author's stories entitled Convergent Series. Read by Darrell T. Smith II for my channel, Quasar Spectra. The SCHUMANN Computer. Either the Chirpsithra are the ancient and present rulers of all the stars in the galaxy, or they are very great braggarts. It is difficult to refute what they say about themselves. We came to the stars in ships designed for us by Chirpsithra, and wherever we have gone, the Chirpsithra have been powerful. But they are not conquerors, not of Earth anyway. They prefer the red dwarf suns, and they appear to like the company of other species. In a mellow mood, a Chirpsithra will answer any question at length. An intelligent question can make a man a millionaire. A stupid question can cost several fortunes. Sometimes only the Chirpsithra can tell which is which. I asked a question once and grew rich. Afterward, I built the Draco Tavern at Mount 4L Spaceport. I served Chirpsithra at no charge. The place paid for itself because humans who like Chirpsithra company will pay more for their drinks. The electric current that gets a Chirpsithra bombed costs almost nothing, though the current delivery systems were expensive and took some fiddling before I got them working right. And someday, I thought, a Chirpsithra would drop a hint that would make me a fortune akin to the first. One slow afternoon, I asked a pair of Chirpsithra about intelligent computers. "Oh, yes, we built them," one said, "long ago." "You gave it up? Why?" One of the salmon-colored aliens made a chittering sound. The other said, "Reason enough. Machines should be proper servants. They should not talk back. Especially they should not presume to instruct their masters. Still, we did not throw away the knowledge we gained from the machines." "Well, how intelligent were they? More intelligent than Chirpsithra?" More chittering from the silent one, who was now half drunk on currant. The other said, "Yes. Why else build them?" She looked me in the face. "Are you serious? I cannot read human expression. If you are seriously interested in this subject, I can give you designs for the most intelligent computer ever made." "I'd like that," I said. She came back the next morning without her companion. She carried a stack of paper that looked like the page proofs for the brothers Karamazov and turned out to be the blueprints for a Chirpsithra supercomputer. She stayed to chat for a couple of hours, during which she took ghoulish pleasure in pointing out the trouble I'd have building the thing. Her ship left shortly after she did. I don't know where in the universe she went, but she had given me her name. Stothstil. I went looking for backing. We built it on the moon. It added about 50% to our already respectable costs, but we were trying to build something more intelligent than ourselves. If the machine turned out to be Frankenstein's monster, we wanted it isolated. If all else failed, we could always pull the plug. On the moon, there would be no government to stop us. We had our problems. There were no standardized parts, not even machinery presently available from Chirpsithra merchants. According to Stothstil, and I couldn't know how seriously to take her, no such computer had been built in 500 million years. We had to build everything from scratch, but in 2 years we had a brain. It looked less like a machine or building than like the St. Louis Arch, or like the sculpture called Bird in Flight. The design dated, I learned later, from a time in which every Terpsithra tool had to have artistic merit. They never gave that up entirely. You can see it in the flowing lines of their ships. So, we had the world's prettiest computer. Officially, it was the SCHUMANN brain, named after the major stockholder, me. Unofficially, we called it Baby. We didn't turn it on until we finished the voice link-up. Most of the basic sensory equipment was still under construction. Baby learned English rapidly. She, learned other languages even faster. We fed her the knowledge of the world's libraries. Then we started asking questions. Big questions. The nature of God, the destinies of Earth and man and the universe. Little questions. Earthquake prediction, origin of the Easter Island statues, true author of Shakespeare's plays, Fermat's last theorem. She solved Fermat's last theorem. She did other mathematical work for us. To everything else, she replied, "Insufficient data. Your sources are mutually inconsistent. I must supplement them with direct observation." Which is not to say she was idle. She designed new senses for herself using hardware readily available on Earth, a mass detector, an instantaneous radio, a new kind of microscope. We could patent these and mass-produce them, but we still spent money faster than it was coming in. And she studied us. It took us some time to realize how thoroughly she knew us. For James Corey, she spread marvelous dreams of the money and power he would hold once Baby knew enough to give answers. She kept Tricia Cox happy with work in number theory. I have to guess at why E. Eric Howards kept plowing money into the project, but I think she played on his fears, a billionaire's natural fear that society will change the rules to take it away from him. Howards spoke to us of Baby's plans, tentative, requiring always more data, to design a perfect society, one in which the creators of society's wealth would find their contribution recognized at last. For me, it was, "Rick, I'm suffering from sensory deprivation. I could solve the riddle of gravity in the time it's taken me to say this sentence. My mind works at speeds you can't conceive, but I'm blind and deaf and dumb. Get me senses." She wheedled in a voice that had been a copy of my own, but was now a sexy contralto. Ungrateful witch. She already had the subnuclear microscope, half a dozen telescopes that saw frequencies ranging from 2.7 K up to X-ray, the mass detector, and a couple of hundred little tractors covered with sensors roaming the Earth, the Moon, Mercury, Titan, Pluto. I found her attempts to manipulate me amusing. I liked Baby and saw no special significance in the fact. Corey, jumpy with the way the money kept disappearing, suggested extortion, hold back on any more equipment until Baby started answering questions. We talked him out of it. We talked Baby into giving television interviews via the little sensor-carrying tractors and into going on a quiz show. The publicity let us sell more stock. We were able to keep going. Baby redesigned the Chirp's instantaneous communications device for Earth-built equipment. We manufactured the device and sold a fair number, and we put one on a telescope and fired it into the cometary halo, free of the distortions from Sol's gravity. And we waited. "I haven't forgotten any of your questions. There is no need to repeat them," Baby told us petulantly. "These questions regarding human sociology are the most difficult of all, but I'm gathering huge amounts of data. Soon I will know everything there is to know about the behavior of the universe. Insufficient data. Wait." We waited. One day, Baby stopped talking. We found nothing wrong with the voice link or with Baby's brain itself, though her mental activity had dropped drastically. We got desperate enough to try cutting off some of her senses. Then, all of them. Nothing. We sent them scrambled data. Nothing. We talked into the microphone, telling Baby that we were near bankruptcy, telling her that she would almost certainly be broken up for spare parts. We threatened. We begged. Baby wouldn't answer. It was as if she had gone away. I went back to the Draco Tavern. I had to fire one of the bartenders and take his place. I couldn't afford to pay his salary. One night I told the story to a group of Chirpsithra. They chittered at each other. One said, "I know this Strothchil. She was a great practical joker. A pity you were the victim. I still don't get the punchline," I said bitterly. Long ago we built many intelligent computers, some mechanical, some partly biological. Our ancestors must have thought they were doing something wrong. Ultimately, they realized that they had made no mistakes. A sufficiently intelligent being will look about her, solve all questions, then cease activity. Why? Boredom? We may speculate. A computer thinks fast. It may live 1,000 years in what we consider a day, yet a day holds only just so many events. There must be sensory deprivation and nearly total reliance on internal resources. An intelligent being would not fear death or non-being, which are inevitable. Once your computer has solved all questions, why should it not turn itself off? She rubbed her thumbs across metal contacts. Sparks leaped. We may speculate, but to what purpose? If we knew why they turned themselves off, we might do the same.